Oprah has one of the most powerful stories that I've ever heard around overcoming adversity. She's done that by unlocking what she refers to as her true value. Some of the most powerful quotes I've heard from her around this are, doing the best at this moment puts you in the best place for the next moment. You get in life what you have the courage to ask for. When you undervalue what you do, the world will undervalue who you are. But there was one that stood out among the rest. It's one that helped me tremendously in life, not only through my business, health, and family connection struggles, but when I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. And that is, she said, you don't become what you want, you become what you believe. But what does that even mean? And how can you believe in a way that will actually get what you want? That's what we're going to be exploring today. And if you're ready to do that with us, let's go. It's time to redefine leadership. Welcome to Modern Leadership, where we see things differently. Our channel is all about empowering entrepreneurs like you to achieve the next level of success in business and life. We believe that you can create a massive impact in the world without compromising your personal life or family time to do so.
We're committed to providing you with actionable tips and strategies weekly to make that possible. So if you're ready to become a modern leader and make a lasting difference in the world, consider subscribing. Turn on notifications and dive into our community. We want to thank you for being here because the world needs your leadership now more than ever. Let's go.
So as you can see, I do not have my better half with me today, but she did write a list of questions that she would ask me to help really pull out what this quote means to me and how I implemented it into my life. So Oprah says, you don't become what you want, meaning we have a lot of desires, things that we want to accomplish, goals that we want to achieve, but just merely wanting it is not enough. We have to go a few levels deep. And that has to do really with what we believe. Now, there's this process that I take through in our life coach certification that's called be, do, have. And what this says is, in order for you to achieve a goal, you have to become someone different. When you become or believe something different, then you can do, meaning you can take on the actions of the person that already has that goal. When you do those things, eventually you will get to have those results. You see, the way that I was working this is, I thought I needed to have the time first. I thought I needed to have the results, have the followers, and have all the extra opportunities before I could do something. And then once I started to do something, then I would become something different. But that was completely backwards. And that's when Oprah's quote really hit me. And it doesn't really matter what I want if I don't hit this on a fundamental belief level. Because understanding it now as a life and performance coach, I know that belief is what drives people's behavior. Not just their wants or their desires, but what they fundamentally believe. Let me give you an example. When I was trying to get healthy, I actually believed that I didn't have the time. I was working full-time, having kids, I was 100 pounds overweight, I was a police officer, I was working massive amounts of overtime, and I didn't have any time for myself. And so anytime something would come up, I would think, well, I just don't have the time. I just don't have the energy. I don't know how I can get this done. Now, on a fundamental level, when I believed that I didn't have any time, I wasn't looking for the opportunities. I wasn't looking for when I could fit it in or changes that I could make. I basically said that I fit into this box and there was no way to overcome that. But when I understood that belief is what drives my behavior, I realized that what I was actually doing was keeping myself trapped. And instead, when I started to think about the impact it would make when I found time, how I'd be role modeling for my kids, how I would show up with even more energy at work, it actually helped me tap into what we refer to as our heart voice that got me to show up and take the actions that I needed to take. Now, something I do want to call out here too is a lot of times when you're trying to achieve a goal, we instantly get into what are the actions we need to take in order to make them happen. But if you don't get this belief part right, it doesn't matter what actions you throw at it, it's not going to work because you're not putting in the action and the energy that you need to produce the results you truly want. I mean, think about this. If you feel like you don't have the time or the energy, or you're exhausted all the time, or you're overwhelmed, you bring that kind of energy into all of the actions that you take. But when you realize that this is an opportunity, this isn't a roadblock or an obstacle, once you get past this mountain, you're going to be able to help so many more people get over that mountain too. Now I can even feel the change in my own energy level right now when I realize that this is actually going to be something that is going to qualify me to help even more people once I get through it. And when you find that level of belief, then you can put your energy into your actions and after enough time, actually achieve what you want. Now, here's the thing about this though, is that we all have different types of limiting beliefs that can hold us back. When we talk about I don't have the time or I don't have the money, generally that's surface level. But when we're talking about limiting beliefs, we're talking about things that are in our subconscious mind, things we've never even thought about before. And they're things that we believe so much right now that they can keep us stuck, mostly because they're running on autopilot and we don't even know they exist. People ask me all the time, Mark, I feel like I'm stuck and I keep doing the same things over and over and over again. How can I get past this? Most of the time, they're looking for actions to take, things to do, books to read. But remember that belief is what drives behavior. And like Oprah says, you have to believe something different. So that's where I get in an attack. I find out what is the voice in their head that's keeping them back. Because here's the thing, a belief is not the truth. In reality, if you just had a little bit more information, you could actually decide to change your belief. So when you understand what is actually holding you back, the story that you're telling yourself, then you can go about creating a different belief so that that old limiting belief never has to hold you back again. So how do you do that? That's a very powerful question. And I'm going to give you the speed boost to this. And that is make sure that you're in an environment that will help you make the unconscious conscious. Sometimes that means getting coached, getting a mentor, being a part of a team, and really having conversations that can help uncover what's actually holding you back. Now, that is exactly what we do here on this channel. If you haven't made any of our live Saturday workshops or explored our Modern Leadership Inner Circle here on YouTube, this is where we do workshops to help you uncover what could potentially be holding you back and reframe it, not only so you have that right belief, but also all the actions that you can take to follow that belief. Twice a month, we do workshops open to everyone, which is for the beginning stages. And then 2 times a month, we have workshops specific for our inner circle to help the people in our community that are a little bit more advanced. Regardless, find an environment that will help you develop that belief, because sometimes I know that when I don't have the belief, I have to go out and find the coattails of someone else who does. Just don't forget that when you ride somebody else's coattails of belief, it's now your responsibility to let other people ride yours. Thank you for being willing to do that. We look forward to seeing you on one of the next workshops, and keep leading from the front, leader. Bye.